welcome to this week's video. For this week, I'm going to do a book haul video. This was from my book haul, that shelf right there. And I have a bit of a backlog there, which is good because we're in lockdown again. Yep, people were idiots and didn't do what they were supposed to, and thought they could do whatever they wanted because the COVID virus hadn't affected them, and they believed Fox News, and they believed Bocephus McGee, their BFF on Facebook, and his fake news. And so we are up to like 4,000 cases a day now, and so we are back in lockdown. And I don't want to make this a rant about the COVIDiots out there. So let's just say we're in lockdown for the next month or so. That means the only essential things are open, like pharmacies, groceries, and that's pretty much it, which is fine with me. Again, my Value Village, my favorite thrift store, is closed again, but that is fine because I have a little backlog of books that I still have to show you guys. So again, no book shopping for a while. So let's just get straight into it. I will start with, and this is an interesting choice that I made. I found this one at my Dollarama, and I'm so happy that Dollaramas are still open though, I think because they sell food. But they also sell, on occasion, books. And I found Jodi Ellen Malthus's With This Man. Now, I'm not a fan of the This Man series. I tried to get into it, and it was too much. I enjoy alpha heroes. I enjoy sort of like the BDSM aspects and that kind of stuff. But there's like parts where he's playing with her birth control and like that kind of stuff, and just that was, to me, that was crossing a line that I couldn't get on board with. Your mileage may vary. There are people who love this series, and that's awesome. But for me, his level of controlling went a bit too far. So why did I pick this one up? Well, I'll read the back blurb for you. Life is good for Jesse, the Lord, Ward. Perfect, actually. He still has a charm, he's in great shape, and he continues to reduce his wife, Ava, to a pool of desire with a mere look. He's in full control just how he likes it. But Jesse's world falls apart when a terrible accident lands Ava in the hospital with a life-threatening head injury. Devastated and angry, he feels his entire existence hangs in the balance. He cannot survive without this woman's love. So when she finally comes to, his shaky world begins to level out. But his nightmare doesn't end there. It's only just begun. Because his wife can't remember the last 16 years of her life. That's all of him. All of their time together. He is a stranger to her. Now Jesse must do whatever it takes to find her memories and help her fall madly, passionately in love with him all over again. So I picked this up because I liked the idea, the amnesia idea of her not knowing who he is and just sort of exploring this aspect of their relationship. And yeah, I don't know if I love it enough, I might go back and sort of give the series another shot, but I'm not sure because, like I said, there's parts of it that I'm just not okay with. Again, I like alpha heroes. I like BDSM books. There's just certain lines and boundaries that I don't think should be crossed. So yeah, I picked up this one, and I'm very interested to see sort of this take on their relationship. There. Next we have a Harlequin Presents, my absolute favorite line of Harlequin, because, like I said, alpha heroes, and completely inappropriate, melodramatic, and crazy sauce. And completely inappropriate. Like, there are these guys are like often controlling and just, angry a lot of the time. But I haven't read one that sort of really like crosses a line for me. Like, I'm willing to sort of go with it. With the This Man series, that's just a line that I'm not willing to go with. That's just my own personal boundary. You can, agree with it, disagree. That's just mine. But where Harlequin Presents Kate Walker's Cordero's Forced Bride. Taken in payment into his bed, Alexa Montague is mortified. She's had to call off her sister's wedding, and now the ruthless, arrogant groom Santos Cordero is demanding shy, ugly duckling Alexa take her sister's place. The Montagues have stolen his money and his convenient bride, so Santos will enjoy taking Alexa instead. For Santos cannot love. Of course he can't. But his body burns for Alexa, as it has for no other woman before. He'll keep her captive in his bed until she's begging for more. I just had a thought. If I had that Amazon Alexa thing right now, it'd be going crazy right now. I'm glad that I don't, because that would amuse me. Me, like, reading the blurb and having Alexa go off like every 5 seconds. But yes, so we have a hero, arrogant, demanding. He can't marry one, so he demands to take the other. And that's, again, completely inappropriate. But we go with it. Next we have Dolores Fossen's Chasing Trouble in Texas. Yeah. Oh, this is bonus story included. So we have that's the novel, and that's the bonus story. I'm guessing like a little novella. That Night in Texas is the bonus story, and the novel itself is called Chasing Trouble in Texas. Austin Jameson's life is complicated enough. With twin girls he adores and a ranch he's dedicated to, the widower and cowboy is more than busy. Oh, a DILF. I love DILFs. But when his former flame arrives in his hometown, his world is thrown off balance. Former child star McCall Dalton wants to run away from her image and the scandal that has engulfed her. Brokenhearted and humiliated, she's come back home to Texas to escape. Austin doesn't find peace and McCall doesn't get refuge. Instead, they rediscover every delicious inch of one another. Before long, their budding romance must face a custody battle with Austin's in-laws and yet another scandal. Determined not to let each other go a second time, they set out to prove that it's true what they say. Love really does conquer all. Oh, this sounds lovely. Lovely. I love when, like, the dad has kids, or the hero has kids. Some people don't like the kids, they call them, like, plot moppets. Those, like, adorable little kids who sort of, like, steal the show in the story. I love them. I write them. I mean, yeah, like, for, like, my novels, most of the mail that I get is about, like, besides, like, the couple, it's about, like, in Blood Vows, it's about Will, and in Resistance, people love little Katie. So, there's that. Next one is Julia Quinn's First Comes Scandal, a Bridgerton prequel. Words. And yay, awesome news, Bridgerton on Netflix has been renewed for seasons 3 and 4. But sadly, without our Simon. Or, like, he might pop in later, we don't know. But, again, if you're a fan of the Bridgerton books, then you know that each book is for a couple, and book 1 was Simon and Daphne, book 2 will be Anthony and Kate. So, Simon and Daphne, they're not really like center stage in that book. Now with the Netflix series, maybe like, I don't know, people were sort of hoping that it was more like a ensemble series. So a lot of people are upset that Reggie, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but I'm looking at it like sort of phonetically. Jean Page is leaving. And yes, I'm upset about it too, and I'm sad, but I think he said from the beginning that he's only going to be in season 1 because season 1 is Simon's book. So, there you be. But this one is Julia Quinn's First Comes Scandal, and Georgiana Bridgerton isn't against the idea of marriage. She just thought she'd have some say in the matter. But with her reputation hanging by a thread after she's abducted for her dowry, Georgie is given 2 options. Live out her days as a spinster or marry the rogue who has ruined her life. As the 4th son of an earl, of course, Nicholas Rokesby is prepared to chart his own course. He has established himself in Edinburgh, where he's close to completing his medical studies, and he has no time or interest to find a wife. But when he discovers that Georgie Bridgerton, his literal girl next door, is facing ruin, he knows what he must do. It might not have been the most romantic of proposals, but Nicholas never thought she'd say no. Georgie doesn't want to be anyone's sacrifice, and besides, they could never think of each other as anything more than childhood friends. ... Or could they? But as they embark upon their unorthodox courtship, they discover a new twist to the age-old rhyme. First comes scandal, then comes marriage, but after that comes love. Oh, it's a marriage of convenience story. I'm so happy. I love those two. Somebody on Facebook asked sort of what's your favorite trope, and marriage of convenience is definitely mine. Followed by the sort of like childhood sweethearts. Either like kind of like childhood sweethearts or like friends to lovers kind of thing. Yeah. So I want, like, this is a prequel. So is Georgiana Bridgerton a grandmother? Because Violet's the mama. Violet is Mama Bridgerton. So yeah, I don't know if I don't remember hearing about Georgiana Bridgerton, but it's been a while since I read the book, so there we are there. Next is an old school Harlequin Temptation Blaze. Let's see, from when? Oh, they were probably 90s, yeah. 21 years ago, or 22 years ago, I guess you could say. 1999. I don't think Blaze still exists. Is it Desire now? I think it's Harlequin Desire now. But Harlequin Temptation Blaze is Breathless by Kimberly Ray. Here we are. 10 years ago, Tack Brandon. That is the most soap opera romance novel name, contemporary, I think I've ever heard. Hightailed it out of Inspiration, Texas, leaving behind his family, his friends, and Annie, the girl he'd made a woman. But now he's come home, and Annie has grown into the most breathtaking creature he's ever set eyes on, a woman Tack can't walk away from a second time. Annie Devine. That's a soap opera name if I've ever heard one. Has been waiting 10 years to get even. and she's not going to let any tender feelings toward Tack get in the way. She won't offer her heart again to the love-him-and-leave-him drifter, but her bed is a different matter. Her plan to love Tack within an inch of his life and walk away, if only his kisses didn't leave her breathless. Oh, so she's the one that wants revenge this time. I like that. I like that she's the one who wants vengeance against him, but feelings. So, I like that. And last one is Jennifer Haymore's A Touch of Scandal. Historical romance, as you can see. And this is deceiving because it makes you think that there's an insert cover. There is! I thought that because it didn't like flap here, that it wasn't. But there is! Oh, I'm so happy! Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. Wait, did the Bridgerton one have an insert cover? Let me double check. No, it didn't. Nah, it didn't. But, oh, that was such a nice surprise. Yeah, Jennifer Haymore's A Touch of Scandal. The last thing Garrett, Duke of Calton, Garrett, Duke of Calton, expects to find while tracking his sworn enemy is the delectable, mysterious Kate. This beautiful servant girl rouses a longing the battle-scarred ex-soldier had never hoped to feel again. But when she turns out to be the sister of the man he seeks, he's convinced he's been betrayed. Kate knows her duty to her family, yet how can she ignore Garrett's powerful pull on her heart, or the heady temptation of his stolen and sizzling kisses? Scandal has followed the Duke since the war. Now the greatest shock of all is on its way, the one that can separate Garrett and Kate forever. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I love that. I love that. Look at that. It's their cover. I miss those. This looks relatively new, so could they be coming back? Well, 2010, so not that new. So, yeah. So those are a few of the books that I picked up over the past, let's say, year, in between lockdowns, and opening up again, and lockdowns and opening up again. But right now, we are back in the lockdown. And honestly, I think they should have never opened up again. We're only starting to get people vaccinated now. It's still slow growing. It's ridiculous how slow it's been going in Canada. I mean, once the US got rid of Trump, things like got a lot better. Things like straightened out like right quick. I mean, they are like way ahead of us now in terms of like getting the virus under control and getting people vaccinated and stuff. And Canada is like freaking dragging their feet. Ontario, where I am, is a freaking mess. Canada, the US got rid of their Trump. Ontario, we still have ours. And I mean like our premier, our Prime Minister, Trudeau, love him. He's not perfect, but he's better than, he's better than a lot. But our premier, Doug Ford, is like Trump Canada version. And just, but that's not what we're here for. We were here to discuss the books that I picked up in between the lockdowns. And what I meant to say was I don't think anything should have opened up until everybody gotten vaccinated. I mean, now we're getting a few cases in schools now. So, yeah, just no, that's not okay. Once we locked down the first time, we should have never opened up until everyone was vaccinated. That's my opinion. And if I had to sacrifice my trips to my Valley Village, I know people think it's like the epicenter of evil, but Amazon's there. Amazon's there. But I'm being good and not buying new books until like I get that shown off to you guys. So that's been okay. So yep, that's gonna be it for this week's video. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie. And I will talk to you guys. Excuse me. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.